So, it's nearly Christmas time and the government have just announced a big fat present they're going to give us. The vaccine. Now, to some people, that will be the best Christmas present ever, while for others, it might be a big bag of coal. So if you're wondering where I stand on it, let me tell you. I'm just going to come straight out there and say, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I don't believe that the government is trying to shut down cash. I don't believe that they've got a little chip in there that mind controls you. It's just not for me, that kind of thing. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and this is just mine. People always say, oh, you're brainwashed by the government, or you're brainwashed by Facebook. Either way, you choose to believe in what you choose to believe in. And if you want to apply brainwashed logic, then everyone's brainwashed by something. Because you don't just suddenly pluck these ideas out of your head. Everyone gets them from somewhere. So apparently the vaccine is going to be done in 11 waves. It's going to be carers and care homes and older people and vulnerable people, and then kind of normal population. There's 11 tiers, and I won't go through them all. It's just that I know for my personal circumstance with cystic fibrosis, I'll be 6 on the list. 6th. And it's also worth noting as well that the vaccine isn't mandatory, although they might start not allowing you to go in shops or not allowing you to travel until you've had the vaccine. You'd think it'd be a no-brainer. You think you just have the vaccine and, you know, everything will be all right, hunky-dory, and you'll get back out in the world. But obviously we all read Facebook, we all look on the news, we've all seen the horror stories, and we've all seen people trying to convince you that there's no horror stories, and you just don't know who to believe or what to do for the best. Because on one hand, you've got the thought of seeing your family again properly, going out, getting things back to normal, and that would be absolutely amazing. And if there was no negative stories or everything had gone through the normal processes, you'd have no issue doing that because you'd feel safe. The problem is, at the moment, the confidence level in the vaccine is going down because of negative stories and the fact that it's been pushed through for approval quicker than most other vaccines get pushed through. Now, I'm not an expert or anything, but that did happen with the Ebola virus vaccine as well, and that's pretty much gone. But then you've also got other examples in history where things have been not tested properly and pushed through, and, you know, children have suffered, newborn babies have suffered, and your health suffers down the line in a few years. So it's like a risk and reward thing, and for me personally, I feel like I'm going to actually get the vaccine because I feel like the pros outweigh the cons, and I genuinely believe that they wouldn't put something out there if it was going to kill the whole population of the UK and then eventually the world. It just wouldn't make sense to me because there's no coming back from that, and they wouldn't risk that kind of thing and kill all of us. At least I don't think so in my mind. But there's still that niggling fear that it hasn't been tested properly. I've just had to cut into this because I've just said then, that I'm going to get the vaccine. And yet again, as I was saying it, I've kind of thought to myself, shit, do I want to risk it? Do I want to risk all these 6 months or so that I've been isolating? Do I just want to throw it all away and then let a vaccine destroy me? I've heard that it doesn't actually give you low-level coronavirus like the flu jab would do. That gives you either an inactive bit of flu or a really low dose, so your body gets immune to it. This apparently messes with your DNA. Now, I'm not a scientist or anything, but that sounds quite a bit more risky to me. I'd probably have to do a bit more research, but you can destroy yourself really doing too much research, because if I'm honest, I could read 16, 17 articles on it and I still wouldn't understand it. All I really want to know is that I can have the vaccine, it's tested, it's safe, and I can start going out again. But at the moment, I don't actually feel like it's been tested enough, and I have no clue whether it's safe. But then again, I don't have a clue usually. If anything's safe that the doctors give me, I just take it because it's worked before. But this hasn't been tested, has it? It hasn't been tried for years. So we're kind of like the world's guinea pigs, and the UK is doing it first, so we're the first guinea pigs. So if something goes wrong in 4 or 5 months, then we'll know about it sooner. So it depends really. When I come to think about the vaccine, I feel like I've got two options, and sounds quite selfish, but wait for other people to have it and see if they get ill or anything bad happens to them, or be the guinea pig myself and take it and let them see if anything happens to me. So you're kind of stuck in between the choice really, what to do for the best. Because it'll be nice to go out and do everything that I want now, but I won't want to lose my leg in 6 months. I mean, that's probably an extreme way to look at it, but that's kind of what you've got to think. What can it do to you? So yeah, pretty much on the fence. Can't decide either way. It's going to come down to, I think, on the day, if someone says you can have it and I get called to go and have it, it's going to come down to a split decision where I'm either going to go yes or no. Because until that time, I know I'm going to turn it over in my head. I'm going to speak to my mum and my family and, live. And even they've urged me to have it when it first started getting talked about. But the more people hear and the more negative stories that come in, the more they're unsure as well. So everyone is just unsure at the moment around me personally. And I can imagine it's the same for you. So what I wanted to know is really, what are you guys thinking about it? With CF, without CF, with a chronic illness, without a chronic illness, how do you feel about it? Are you going to get it or are you not? Are you going to do it like me, where you're going to turn it over in your mind for, 6 or 7 weeks, or however long it takes for them to actually do this, and then on the last day make a decision for better or for worse? What are you going to do? Let me know, because I ain't got a clue.